And we are now joined by the Cowboys owner, president, and general manager, Jerry Jones. And Jerry, I woke up this morning and I had a vision. I have a feeling that there are going to be not one but two contracts signed at this training camp. What do you think? Am I wrong?
Well, I like to hear your vision. That's really good stuff, Bill. And I thought you had that old song, I dreamed I was there in hillbilly heaven when I woke up. But let me tell you this, I can have that vision, and I can understand why you would have it. It's not too far from a good dream. But listen, this is par. I was telling someone the other day what happens today is you can have contracts and with players, and of course they still want more. And by the way, no one understands more better than me. I do understand it, but it's got to have enough to go around. And but you're talking in C.D. Lamb, you're talking one of the best players we've ever had on this team. And of course, Dak Prescott, what he has accomplished and what he has done, and in my mind, what he's got a chance to do is almost unsurpassed with the club. So I have the same kind of dream of getting both those guys signed at this camp.
Dak says that he's in the best shape he's been in his life in entering this camp. He did say in his press conference the other day, it sounded like he is, even though he doesn't want to think about it, he has pondered what would it be like in a different uniform. Can you envision him not playing for the Dallas Cowboys?
Well, I would say this, it would surprise me with what Dak's been through in his life and how he has evolved. And I remember him as a rookie, 4th round pick when he came out here. And boy, I remember sitting with Michael Irvin right up here in the Coliseum there in Los Angeles. And he stepped out there when Tony Romo went down, and I mean, he hit a ball in that end zone about 40 yards away. Our whole team was out on the field about 15 yards clapping for him. It was inspirational. Michael Irvin looked over and said, did you see what, I said, did you see what Dak just did? And he said, no, I'm not looking at Dak, I'm looking at the team. He's got the whole team out there supporting him on the field. So Dak Prescott deserves the best, and he's done a great job for the Dallas Cowboys, and I do want him to do more great jobs for the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, Michael Parsons says he's in the best shape of his life, too. He's down 10 pounds. He's down to his college weight, 240. What do you think the marriage with him in Mike Zimmer's defense and maybe moving him around a little bit might be able to avoid some of those double teams that he's gotten?
Well, I'm excited about it because Zim is just the shot that Micah needs, because Zim is no nonsense, and that will play well with Micah, will really play well with him. And of course, I don't think Zim has any peer with designing defenses to maximize the talent of the players that he's coaching out there. And of course, he's coached at every level, at the highest level. He's been the head coach there at Minnesota for years. And then, of course, we know where he's been. But, you know, Mike, really, personally, he's been knocked down several times, hard. And when you're around people that have been shot at and hit, then everything's in perspective. And, boy, I'll tell you one thing, don't bet against Mike Zimmer.
This is the first time in over a decade Tyron Smith is not in this camp, and you made the decision the first round to draft Tyler Guyton. They put the pads on for the first time on Tuesday. What kind of expectations do you have for a guy who's a late bloomer in his career, Tyler Guyton, maybe a month from now? Where do you expect him to be?
Well, let me just say this about Tyron Smith. We haven't had a player with the Dallas Cowboys that I respect as much any more than I do Tyron. He was the youngest player in the National Football League for his first 2 years in the NFL. And boy, he handled off the field issues, not the kind, I'm talking about the kind that somebody 20 and 21 years old shouldn't have to handle with family and things like that. I'm sick that he's not here. I'm sick because of the person that he is. And I have to be warned every day not to talk about him or not to send him a note wishing him good luck, because that's tampering under our rules.
Yeah.
But so we do miss Tyron, and boy, we've got a real possibility of having plugged our rookie in there, and he's got a big shoes to fill, but he's going to do good.
All right, I stumbled across this the other day. I don't think it's been publicized, but I'm looking at the bio for Stephen Jones, and it says Chief Operating Officer and co-owner. That seems to be new. Is it taken him 35 years to get this promotion?
Well, let me just say this. He works with his father. Charlotte works with his father. Jerry works with his father. I have to almost weekly read a father's prayer, and I'm going to paraphrase it. God, don't let me be a bully, because they love me and I can be. And so it is wonderful working with your kids. Now, it's absolutely challenging from time to time, and I can imagine them gathering enough up to have deference to me. But that's the way it works. But if you think for 1 minute that a whole bunch of why we're sitting here with the success that we have had wasn't their ideas and their execution, and I get credit for it, then you'd be misreading what has happened. So it's great to be with Stephen, and certainly their goal, their promise from me was unequivocally get in here and spend your life working and helping us do what we can do to help build the Cowboys. And you're building it for yourself, because you're going to have it, and I won't sell it, it'll be yours.
And that's not a sign you're stepping back at all.
In what way?
As far as your ownership and your role in this team. Just because Stephen has that title, co-owner, that doesn't mean Jerry is stepping back in.
Well, I just said I have to gather myself up to not be a bully. You can't be a bully if you don't have a stick. No, that doesn't mean that. But what it does mean is that really is recognition for his and their contribution that has really occurred around here for the last 35 years.
And finally, since we last sat here, Rangers won a World Series, Stars made it all the way to the conference final, Mavericks made it to the NBA Finals. What can the Cowboys do this season for an encore for DFW Sports?
Well, first of all, hats off to them. Hats off. Because just as you're reminding me, I know how hard it is to win one of these championships that are there. But I hope it's our turn. And I'm trying to put the deadwood to it to tangibly do something to help us get there even more.
Appreciate
Actually,
it,
I'm all in.
There you are. You are all in. Thank you. Appreciate it.